You said wait for it.
Yes, I did. But I'm also going to say, welcome to the StarGazer podcast. I'm Monty.
Sid, and of course you always start with me saying something dumb.
Well, I think that was the first time, but either way. So,
Still, I know us. It'll probably be a reoccurrence.
oh yeah. I'll just one day I'll just hit go and then we'll just let it we'll just wait for 5 minutes and see if anything happens, you know?
I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah, I know.
If you do that, I'm just gonna hurt you.
So,
Anyways,
I do have a very, not even a tangent, just a statement. McDonald's Sprite tastes like TV static, and nobody has ever changed my mind on that, and I doubt they ever will.
that
You're
coming from.
you were cutting out quite a bit. I got that and coming from.
1 second.
All right, we're gonna go on hold for a moment, I suppose.
Sorry, I had to get up and grab something.
Ah.
But I said, where did that come from? And all right then.
Yeah. Little does anyone know, especially Sid, I'm also on a separate computer at the same time recording a stream from, I think, yesterday that I forgot to record during the stream, so I have that going for me.
You're just an all around
Yeah, I am in
today.
shambles. I have 5 cables sticking out of a laptop that has 4 ports. It's a mess. If only you could see what this was. The other day when I was recording the what's it called, the demo thing, I had the amp sitting on top of a keyboard, like a piano keyboard, not a computer keyboard. And it had a power cable going into it, a 3.5 going out into a guitar, then a dual headphone adapter. One of those cables was going into a computer and another was going into a set of headphones, but that computer also had a hard drive sticking out of it and another set of headphones, both of the headphones were on my head, and I was also recording from 2 separate things. It was a nightmare. I cannot. Oh my god.
This is the setup of 2 broke college kids.
Yes.
A lot of cords
This is the
connected to things that they shouldn't be.
Exactly. A broke college kid and a broke dropout. But I don't know where to start.
I mean, my setup's slightly better. I currently have the charger attached to my computer and an adapter.
Yeah.
That has like 3 things plugged into it.
I have an Ethernet cable that's 1 foot too short.
Ethernet cable too short.
I was about to call you and about to start this podcast for you, audience, and I realized, oh wait, the laptop needs to update. So I had to do that half an hour before we hit live, and I didn't know how long it would take. Fortunately, it wasn't long. But
fortunately, because sometimes Microsoft takes forever to update.
Oh yeah. It's God. I got scared though. Not gonna lie.
We need to stop the tangent before we don't get on to anything else.
Yeah, we should.
Because we actually have a lot of things today.
Yeah, I beat Diablo in 5 days.
I want to.
It took 3 days. We're already done with it. Me and JoJo Expert are already done with Diablo. How long?
State this.
Okay.
But I didn't know speedrunning Diablo was a thing.
Yeah. We didn't either. We didn't even try and speedrun it. We were just like, all right, let's go do this. We beat Mythael, or whatever the name is of the boss at the end of Act 5. We beat him in less than 2 minutes.
Again, I didn't know speedrunning Diablo was a thing, apparently.
It is apparently a thing.
I'm actually going to go on speedrun.com and see if that is a thing.
Yes, little dead girl, it is a thing. as well as Cold. Hello, both of you, by the way. Interesting to have viewers for once.
We have
we have viewers.
Wait, no, one of them's my mom.
And apparently we have 2 followers from a week ago and 2 weeks ago. Thank both of you.
Thanks. This is odd.
Yes, this is interesting. We now have an audience, a following. I don't know who either of you are, but thank
Diablo.
you.
Okay, Diablo 3.
Yes, Diablo 3. I don't know if Reaper...
The fastest has been an hour and 48 minutes.
An hour and 48 minutes. That's... I guarantee an hour and 30 minutes of that is just walking. I am 100% certain of that. You can probably, more than likely, pass through every single just standard enemy, go straight for bosses, and the most of your time is done walking. You walk so slow. It's painful.
You think, okay, you played a Crusader. You think you walk slow? Try playing a Witch Doctor.
Oh, God. I actually wasn't a Crusader this time. I was a monk, and I had a lot of fun with that because of the right trigger attack, the twirly thing. Also, the B button. I'm going to refer to it with Xbox controls, even though I play on PS4. The B button. The press B and you teleport 15 times and hit every single enemy in the area. So good. So much fun.
I like being a witch doctor and having an army of minions.
Oh, yeah. I remember a long time ago I was playing Diablo with one of my really old friends, and they had the...
Anyways, we're doing, like, I love you, and I love the fact that we're going on tangents, but we're doing this out of order.
Oh, yeah. Who cares? But, yeah. World news! World news. UAE's Hope... I don't think it was a rocket. I think it was just a module. But yeah, it entered the orbit of Mars, which I think was the first... What did Wikipedia say? We're definitely not cheating. Like the first Arabian spacecraft to be in the orbit of Mars or something like that.
I'll look it up. Jesus.
Okay. But yeah, that happened. Space news, yay.
Yep.
So
space news.
We're waiting on it. Also,
it is an unscrewed space exploration of Mars. It's meant to go to Mars.
Okay. So, mission successful, I guess. Whatever. Lunar New Year.
Yes, Lunar New Year has recently passed, so happy Lunar New Year to everyone.
Yep.
Sorry we're late, but this podcast
will... Don't tell me. Is it...
Ox?
Ox? Yeah. I was going to say bull, but I think that was
the ox.
Year of the ox.
Yeah, it's the first, I'm going to mispronounce this, and I'm sorry. Emirati mission to Mars. It is the first Emirati mission to Mars.
Okay. Neat.
But yeah, no, so... But happy belated Lunar New Year. We're sorry that it's late, but this podcast only comes out on Saturday, so
yeah,
you kind of got to deal with it.
I don't know why it was because of Mars. I think it's Curiosity, the rover. A lot of people think that it's really small, like it's the size of a dog or something. It's like 10 feet. Isn't it like 10 feet tall?
I don't remember. The Mars rover is actually a lot bigger than everyone imagines, but because of how it acted, a lot of people assumed it was small and like a puppy.
Yeah. How big is the Curiosity rover? 10 feet long, 9 feet wide, and 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it's giant, but because of how it acted and all of that, even when it finally shut down for the last time, everyone was like, "It's a puppy." Like,
yeah,
it's
a little itty bitty puppy. Woof.
It's like calling. I'm sorry, but that's like calling Foo a puppy. He's not a puppy.
My Foo is my dog. Yes, he is named after the Foo Fighters. And, how do I put this? He's like 75 pounds, And
loves to sit on you.
yeah, he prefers sitting in people's laps. He is a very...
If he likes you.
Yeah. And he as far as I remember, he only doesn't like one person, and that person was only around him once. So
Yeah.
Fu,
on the other hand, for some reason loves me, so anytime I'm over, he sits on me.
Yes. Fu has a thing for how do I phrase this? It has nothing to do with you. Actually, no, it's not Fu. It's Sadie. Sadie's my other dog. She's a lab. Fu's a Rottweiler. Sadie has a thing...
We love Sadie. Sadie's so cute.
Yeah, Sadie's adorable. She's a goddamn moron. She's so fucking stupid. She eats her own shit.
She's a dog!
Yeah, but I've never heard of or seen any other dog eat their own shit. It's... What? She'll go outside, walk around a bit, find something, eat it, and then come back in and throw it back up or something. Or the more likely thing, she'll go outside, eat some grass, come in, throw it up, and then I'm like, you need to stop eating grass. And my mom comes in all like, well, she's eating grass because her stomach's upset because she's throwing up. And I'm like, Dad, did you ever think for a second that maybe she's throwing up and her stomach's upset because she's eating grass? And the conversation...
Monty. It's a cycle. It's never gonna end. Just stop.
That's my point. Make her stop eating grass. She stops throwing up. Then she'll stop eating grass.
Yeah, but she won't.
No one listens to me on this. Not you, not Mom, not my friends that come over all the time, except you can't not anymore, whatever. So, there was an investigation joint with WHO and China saying that, this is COVID related apparently, saying that a lab in Wuhan isn't responsible for the outbreak because supposedly there was a leak there, but apparently that's not true.
A natural reservoir in bats is more likely the origin.
It's official.
Yeah, COVID was originally from animals. Animals always got it.
It's official. It was bats. A lot of people were like, "Oh, that's not real." Apparently, it is. Don't quote me on that.
People also thought COVID came from 5G, and that's not real either.
Yeah. Well.
Or are we gonna...
Yeah.
Or let's talk about the other, like, this is for women, of course, but, like, let's talk about the other myth that we hear all the time of, oh, don't put your phones in your bras, it can cause breast cancer. No, it can't, Karen.
Yeah, we don't live in the age of cell phones that literally give you cancer. They're not bricks anymore. They're just... It might... What is the worst that could happen in that scenario? Your phone's too heavy and it pulls down your bra? I don't know.
That could happen in that scenario of you putting your phone in your bra is if, like, you fell and tripped and the phone shatters and then you cut yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's a rare occurrence because most of the time when women fall, our boobs don't hit first. Our hands do because we're trying to stop ourselves.
Cool.
What? No comeback?
No, I don't have anything on that. Just...
Okay, you're clumsy and like to land face first on things, Monty. That's on you.
I don't fall. I don't full on fall often. I stumble a lot. Like, I have I'm in my basement right now, and I have a big ass like 18 by 24 inch whiteboard in this hallway that blocks dogs from coming in because they're white couches and they shed a lot. But like 50% of the time I trip over that thing just because I'm not paying attention. Like I'll step over it, 50, but like my last
more
foot,
like 90.
No, not 90. Legitimately, it's probably around 50. But I'll step over it and my last foot will just be like, I don't need to pay attention, and then I'll trip and knock it over and I'll fall into the couch or something.
I can't say anything because like all of us, when it comes to stepping over that damn whiteboard, hit like our last foot, we always hit it.
Yeah. Every time. To the point where people have started just moving the thing out of the way and then they'll go
Oh,
sit
yeah,
down, and they forget to
also,
put it back.
Since we can say his name now, he's no longer Pokemon salesman.
Yeah, Eli.
Eli.
I swear. Also, tangent, because I know you're here. I can see you. I am calling you out. You constantly go to the bathroom, and then when you're done, you leave the door open and the light on. And the door open. By the way, the door opens into the basement. It's not the door opens into the bathroom because it's it's the half bath. It's just the toilet and the sink. So
you pull the door open instead of pushing it open to go into the bathroom.
So he opens the door, goes in, does his business with the door closed, whatever, washes his hands, comes out, leaves the door wide open, light on. And he's telling me he came here to play Peggle and have a good chat, not to get attacked. But too bad. You come in here, and I'm abusing my viewers.
I love you, Eli.
This is community abuse, I think, in a certain sense. But
we love you, Eli.
I've known him for an extended duration. I feel like I have the right to make fun of him, or the privilege, that's the word, like driving.
Yes, privilege. But
so,
yeah, no.
Good sneeze. What's this thing you have on here? Because I'm reading it and it's not making a lot of sense.
We're about to get back into a serious topic, but I'm laughing way too hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm on because we're not in the same room right now. I'm on Discord and I just got a bunch of messages from Eli.
Yeah. Apparently Eli's texting us. Yep, I'm getting a text too. I'm ignoring it. Excuse me. Ooh, Jesus. It's that Sprite coming back up. Oh, real quick. Speaking of McDonald's, they're doing Pokemon cards again. I don't know if we mentioned that last week, but
we didn't because we didn't
right.
We didn't know about that last week. That is awesome. But also, Eli, why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything. I'm not the one complaining. That's Monty.
I have eaten McDonald's 3 times this week.
Okay, you eat McDonald's 3 times normally.
No, I don't. I eat McDonald's maybe twice a month normally. Maybe once even. But because of Pokemon cards, I've been eating more. And the Happy Meal boxes are Pikachu. There's like little ears, or not ears, I think they're ears, on the side that you can pop out and then you can stick into little slits on the top, and it looks like Pikachu, but it's like a Pokemon.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's adorable. A downside though, each pack only has sorry, I looked at chat. Someone said, or Eli said, gotta catch 'em all. By catch 'em, I mean food poisoning.
Food poisoning, diabetes. Yeah. You're gonna catch diabetes.
Diabetes. It's all pink shit. It's not even meat. The
pink slime.
Yeah. The one downside: each pack only has 4 cards.
Mm.
The standard pack only has. I was also.
Why? Why don't they have 5 like normal?
No, normal's 10. If you were to go to Walmart or something, which I'll get into a tangent in a second. If you were to go to Walmart or something, you could find a pack that's like 10, and it's just 10 Pokemon cards.
Yeah, but the normal, like really the really thin packs that you just rip open used to be 5. So why are they 1 less?
I don't know. There's only 50 cards. Maybe they wanted to make sure people didn't get too many or something. I've been hearing that a lot of stores are running out of Pokemon cards because there's greedy adults. But here's the thing. I'm paying money for food that we're still eating and for the toy. So I see no loss here.
See any loss here either, considering the fact that they knew when they were selling the fact that they're selling Pokemon cards that adults were going to get them.
Exactly. They couldn't.
It's the same reason. It's the same reason why they do the Monopoly game every year, because they know adults are gonna buy it.
Right. Like they couldn't have known that adults wouldn't hear about this or wouldn't buy it. All right, thank you, Eli. Eli's now our eye in the sky. Apparently, McDonald's and corporate and news people are all upset because they're not actually eating the food. They're straight up throwing it away. And I want to clarify now, we have been eating the food. We have not been straight up throwing it away. We have been eating all the food we've been purchasing. But apart from that, cards, it's just cards, man.
Also, who gives a damn if they're throwing away the food? They're still giving you money.
I think it has something to do with like food waste and people buying up stock
True.
and getting rid of them, something like that. But
I mean, true. But still, it's like,
sorry, tangent on the cards themselves. I went to a Target and a Walmart. Neither of them had any Pokemon cards. They didn't have any giant like the lunchbox things you can get. They didn't have any big thick 60 decks. They didn't have any 10 packs. Nothing. Zero. I found hidden behind something a giant 60 pack of Pokemon cards that I haven't touched yet. That was the only thing I could find in all of Walmart and all of a Target. It was
that's odd.
Yeah, I have no idea. People might have been like, "Oh, I want to go to McDonald's and get some Pokemon cards," but they were out, so they go and storm Walmart and just buy a normal pack or something.
Still weird because like I can't say anything because like the Walmart here where I am at college and everything is every single time you go into it, it looks like it's been ransacked. It really does.
I mean, that's Walmart for you.
I mean, I know that's Walmart for you, but like not the normal like Walmart ransack where things are in places they shouldn't be and shit like that. It's more of it's ransacked in the way when quarantine first started. Shelves are empty and shit like that, and I'm just like, why? Every single time, too, I go into Walmart, and I'm like, is it because this is the only Walmart in this town?
Damn.
And this is a college town, and this is a college city?
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That shit's legumes.
But back to the world news. So
Yeah.
I didn't type this correctly because I was just kind of typing it off of the top of my head. But it's due to COVID, there's a lot of anti-Asian happening in the States, and a lot of it happening kind of everywhere, really. Like, you have kids going to school getting bullied just because they're Asian now. You have elderly people in California that is known for having a very big Asian population getting pushed downstairs and getting beaten, and the people getting arrested but not basically getting a slap on the wrist.
Oof.
And it's like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter that this came out of China. It doesn't matter that this started in Asia. It's a freaking pandemic, people.
Yeah.
It does not matter. It's killing everyone.
It's I think the word you're looking for is racism.
Yes.
This is racism. And just
basically.
and just straight up assault too. But yeah, that's uncool.
The fact that it's like it was already bad, like it was apparently this was already like kind of going on, but not badly. But it got worse with COVID. And by worse, like from what I remember reading, it said like somewhere around like 80% or something it went up to about violence against elderly Asian people in the United States. And I'm like, why? Why? There's no point to this. There's meaningless violence.
It all sucks. I'm looking in chat again. China virus, blame Trump. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know blame Trump. I know it's blame Trump, but still, it's just pathetic. And as we've said it on this podcast multiple times, if you are a special little snowflake, get out.
We don't care for snowflakes. You are free to be offended, and we are free to offend. I think sums it up pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Internet news, I guess. There's a Valentine's Day sale going on right now for Has-Been and Hell of a Boss. Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss.
Is it just the normal ones?
What now?
Are there new designs in the shop, or are they just normal ones? Are they just
There
the normal ones?
there are new ones. I don't think I I feel like some of them are restocks because I definitely have a T-shirt that's one of the things that they're printing again, but there are definitely new things. There's new pins, and I think I gotta remember. There's
Sounds like we're plugging
yeah,
merchandise
we're not
and
playing.
that
We're
we're
just
sponsored. We're not.
we're
We're just big
fans.
has been. We love
Yeah,
him.
we're fans of a lot of things. We're just kind of here. Um, there's 6 pins in particular that caught my eye. Um, I don't know how to phrase this. They're well, there's more than 6, but there are 6 of them of like a matching set, and I got every single one of them, and I'm not proud to admit of how much I spent, so I'm not gonna admit it. Um, but
It's more than the fact that I'm still determined for your birthday present to find you the Blake figurine.
oh yeah, I remember I need a Weiss too, because
Weiss is easier to get than Blake.
Can I go on a rant again for a second? Because I did this yesterday. I did this a few months ago. I have on my shelf 3. I'm looking at them right now. I have 3 figures. I have Ruby Rose from Ruby, Yang Xiaolong from Ruby, and Deku from My Hero. That's it. I don't have anything else. A long time ago, voice crack, Rooster Teeth sold Team Ruby as a set of little figurine statuettes or whatever. They had Ruby, they had Weiss, they had Blake, they had Yang. They also did all of Team Juniper, and they also did Cinder, Mercury, Emerald, and
What's his
I
name?
don't remember who the other one is.
Not Neo. What?
Someone.
What?
Some other Roman. It was Roman. I remember.
Roman.
Now. It was
Roman
Roman.
Torchwick.
Roman Torchwick. They did all of those. They had all 12 of those. You could get them separately. But here's the cool thing: if you get all of Team Juniper, then you could put them in a certain way, and all of their base stands would fit together. If you did the thing with Cinder and the rest of them, they would all fit together in a special way. Ruby's team didn't do that, but it was still cool to have all 4 at once. The problem is, I got Ruby, I got Yang, and then I could never find a Weiss or a Blake ever again. And then a couple years ago, maybe like 2018 or 17 or something like that, they had a Ruby figure on her own, and then they did that stupid $400 one where Ruby and Weiss were fighting a giant Beowulf, and no one bought it because that was like, oh, why would I want a $400 thing that's like 2 inches tall, whatever. And since then, I've had a little itty-bitty grudge against Rooster Teeth because they've never done that again, and there's just 2 figurines of an incomplete 4-figurine set sitting on my shelf, and I have to stare at it every single day. And I'm angry.
You're angry because Blake was limited edition, so trying to find her is like trying.
It wasn't. It is now because they stopped selling them.
And Weiss, for some reason, you can only get in the UK.
I don't even know if they still have it in the UK anymore. I'm gonna hang on. Store.roosterteeth.uk, maybe? .co.uk. There we go. Hang on. Almost there. I'm working on it.
Are you trying to load this on Zim?
I'm working on it. Give me a sec. Hang on.
That's a yes to my question. You're loading it on Zim.
Yes, I am.
Good job.
Wait for it. There's got to be him somewhere. There's 3 pages. I feel like they're gone by now. Or not gone, but they've stopped doing it by now because people figured it out. Hang on. I'm going to look up Weiss. Nothing. There's shirts. There's the neck gator. I guess they made those.
Neck gator?
It's like the mask thing that like goes over your neck.
Oh,
it's
that
like,
you pull up.
It's like if you pulled up a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Eli. The pins are the pin-up pins. All 6 of them are on their way.
Oh my God.
I bought all.
I love how we're having a Ruby rant as always.
Yeah, and Ruby continued this morning or something like that, and so did Dead Little Roosters. I haven't caught up on Roosters, but
I haven't caught up on either. Shush, shush.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. But something else I won't spoil: WandaVision. God damn.
I don't care.
Damn. God damn.
I don't. I'm
Listen,
so
I
weird
respect
about
your
this.
opinion. I respect your opinion about not caring. However, hot piss, this show's good.
I don't. It's not that I don't care. I'm just so weirded out by it because I'm still mad at the fact that. Also, MCU spoiler in case you haven't seen MCU Age of Ultron, which if you.
Age of Ultron?
Yes.
It's been like.
Which if you haven't.
It's been like 6 years. Go ahead.
That's why I'm saying, if you haven't seen Age of Ultron by now, what are you doing? Anyways.
Exactly.
Like, I'm still mad at the MCU for killing Quicksilver because the entire point of Quicksilver is that him and the Flash are meant to be running at the same speeds.
Flash is
So
DC.
they're supposed to... I know Flash is DC, but they're supposed to be the rivals of each other, just like you have Iron Man versus Batman.
Oh.
But it's like... So I'm sorry! Quicksilver wouldn't have died then! So screw you!
Well...
So mad at the MCU for that.
Well... You'd like WandaVision? Just trust me. Just trust me. Get back into it and just keep going. Because me and JoJo Expert, who oddly enough has never gone through the whole set of movies. They've seen, what was it? They saw
They
Thor.
are so sheltered.
They saw Thor, Captain America 2, Iron Man 2, and I think that was it. One of the Avengers, maybe. No.
They are so
I don't
sheltered.
remember. Yes, they are. But we've been going through them.
Also, real quick, sorry to break you up, but our Pokemon salesman, I'm still calling you that, Eli, because it's funny.
Yep.
He's typing to me more about the McDonald's thing because apparently there's more to it than what we were just talking about. So I will read that off once he's done typing.
Okay. Also, Little Dead Girl, I see that took me a while,
That's
but I
my
do
mom.
see it. I understand that you could buy the toy without the food. That's your mom?
Yes.
Oh, great. Oh, Jesus Christ. I apologize for any potential harassment. The internet sucks. Oh, boy. Boy.
My mom has had the name Little Dead Girl as her call sign for years, so she knows.
Anyway. God, it is warm. I'm getting a big cold sweat. What was I talking about? MCU. We were rewatching like all the movies. We're doing it in a little bit of a weird order because there's a certain thing I feel. How do I put this? Phase 2, in my opinion, is in the wrong order. I am sharing an opinion and an ideology of, oh God, what's his name? Nando V Movies or something on YouTube. The original. Hang on, I gotta look this up.
Okay. What are you talking about? Sorry, I was reading what Pokemon salesman had sent me.
Yeah. The entire Phase 2 of Marvel is out of order, in my opinion. I share an ideology with Nando V Movies, but that's not important to you. Phase 2, in its natural release order and technically in a timeline sense, goes right after Avengers. It goes Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Avengers Age of Ultron, and then Ant-Man. In my opinion, it should start with Thor, because Thor starts with, again, these are 5-year-old movies at the very latest. At the very earliest, they're the 5-year-old movies. Phase 2 should start with Thor the Dark World because Loki is being transported to Asgard as a prisoner right after the events of Avengers. So if you were to watch them in that order, it would make sense. Then after that should be Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 2, because they take place one after the other. And then Age of Ultron. Okay. This is where people are like, oh, well, if you have Age of Ultron before Winter Soldier, then the collapse at S.H.I.E.L.D. makes no sense. But here's the thing. If you wait for the collapse of S.H.I.E.L.D., then that's more important because Age of Ultron happens and it's like, oh, S.H.I.E.L.D's still a thing. And then you find out S.H.I.E.L.D's corrupt and then it's taken over by Hydra. Then it's a more important impact. Winter Soldier is just kind of like, S.H.I.E.L.D's corrupted by Hydra, we're going to destroy it, and that's it. They don't. It doesn't feel important.
To be honest,
You know?
because me and my mom were genuinely curious, because we're not Captain America fans, but we're Marvel fans. So we decided before watching Endgame that we would watch a Captain America movies. We put on Captain America, Civil War, and Winter Soldier, and both went, why do the movies feel 4 hours long? And do you remember anything? Because I don't.
For what movie? Which movie feels
Exactly
4 hours long? Okay. A lot of them feel 4 hours long because a lot of them kind of sucked back then. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Both Captain America, like the only Captain America movie I watched that I liked, I watched with you and JoJo Expert, which was the first Captain America.
Yeah,
that one was okay. That one was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But Winter Soldier and Civil War, ugh.
Ugh, indeed.
They were so frigging long.
Yeah.
And I know so many people are like, oh, but you like Bucky. Shouldn't he have entertained you enough? He didn't. As much as I like Bucky, Bucky Barnes is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But he was not able to hold my attention long enough on that damn movie.
Actually,
it felt
Winter Soldier.
So long.
Winter Soldier, the title of the movie focuses like none on Bucky. It's literally just like, oh hey, Bucky's alive and he's a bad guy for a minute, and then there's like a 2-second tangent that's like, oh, he's being mind controlled or tortured or something, and that's it. There's nothing else in the movie about that. It's and then there's an end credit scene. That's it. Nothing else. Zero.
That is it.
Garbage.
That is it.
It's dumb. It's not dumb.
It is, but
it's kind of dumb.
If you read the original comics, it's stupid. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he's a little confused, but he's got the spirit.
To hark back to what we were talking about earlier with the McDonald's thing, as I have more information now due to our Pokemon salesman. Thank you, Eli. So a lot of the whole food thing that was getting people upset is there is a law that states, there's a Good Samaritan law that states you can donate food, and that no business or anything will get sued on illness from donated food. So you can and are allowed to donate food that has been bought, and these restaurants are allowed to donate food without there being any sort of backlash, even if someone does get sick.
Okay.
Because they're protected under the Good Samaritan laws, yet they're still, instead of doing that, tossing food and wasting it. Now, the other reason the Pokemon cards are a big thing is because a lot of people were buying them in bulk and then reselling them when these cards are meant to be given to children.
Don't do that. That's, God fucking, what is wrong with people?
A lot. There's a lot wrong with people. They think they can make a quick buck off this because freaking Pokemon is such a big thing, and it is. I'm not going to say it isn't.
Is Pokemon salesman talking you into getting him onto the stream?
Not getting him into the stream. He's just saying, "Is it cool if I can like send you shit to talk about?"
Okay,
and
cool.
I'm like,
because he's asking
fine.
me if he can join the stream. So, I'm gonna hang on. Give me a second.
Just add him in.
Hang on. Invite. That's not right. I don't know how Discord works. You talk about something else.
Would you like me to add him? Would you like me to add him to the call?
Yes, please.
Jesus. Let me go to this real quick.
All right. We'll figure this out. This isn't really technical difficulties. It's more just technical. Give it a second.
Yep. Now we just need to Hello, Eli. Okay, I know I was kind of not explaining in detail enough, but
good.
Introducing Eli.
Hello. I'm very sorry. I didn't like I said, I did not mean to jump all into your guys' business, but I tried to do the best that I could over text. So, like I said, the big issue was that there was that TikTok that came out of the dude at Dunkin' Donuts who, like, instead of throwing away all of these donuts, went to his local homeless shelter and donated them. And when Dunkin' Donuts found that TikTok, they actually fired him on the spot. And the thing was is that they were all like, hey, like the whole like TikTok community was like, hey, there's a good Samaritan law in place for big businesses to donate this food when like there's already a big issue with cities even trying to keep homeless people off the streets. That's why you see a lot of like the benches with that weird middle bar or like spikes just on like sidewalks and stuff. And people that aren't homeless are going to pay no mind because it's like, oh, I'm not going to step on the spikes, obviously. But it's to deter homeless people from sleeping on like benches or sidewalks and stuff like that. And it's just a lot of people getting upset because there's a lot more that we could do for the homeless community and trying to get them on their feet. Because I mean, you don't have to be homeless to have to get some help. It's like even like a meal a day helps, and with how sorry.
Go, you're fine, Eli, but as I'm just going to say this, welcome to the part of the podcast where my righteous anger comes out, as it does every week.
I'll let you go on your tangents.
There's so many things that we could put in place. There's so many policies that we could actually use and enact to help the homeless community and make it so that we don't actually even have one. But do we? No, because the politicians we have don't want to change the status quo ever. They want to keep it the way it is and ignore what goes on for everyone below them. And it's so fucking aggravating.
Like, so for me, the thing is that like I don't pay any mind to it at all. Granted, I'm already trying to I've got my own life to figure out. Like I'm still like a low paid like teen in not teen.
You're a college student.
You're 19. You're not 20 yet.
What? Weren't you at a KU?
Oh, shush.
I'll censor it. I was paying attention.
But another thing is that for me, like watching all of this happen kind of sucks because when I was raised, I essentially was raised with two ideas in mind because my nana was a very giving person, and she was like, okay, well, you need to give to these people on the street. And I remember very vividly there was I was walking past the Duke Energy Center with my papaw because we went to a car convention that he like got to be invited to. And there was a homeless man on the street that's like had a sign that was like, hey, I'm a vet. Can someone help me? And I looked at my papa. I was like, are we going to help him? And he went, no. And I went, why? He's like, there's programs for that. And me being 8 had no idea what was going on. But like looking at it now, there's so many programs that are meant for homeless people that have zero funding to them, to the point where they're essentially null and void. But anytime people are like, hey, you should do something for the homeless, they're like, oh, but we have these programs. They exist. It's like, yeah, and the pennies that you invested in them, they're really going to do something. So it's like watching these big companies, like especially the idea of like McDonald's, and it's food that, doesn't rot for whatever reason. It pisses people off because they're watching McDonald's throw all of this like leftover cooked beef or like think about all of the like chicken nuggets and fries they make in a day. And so, yeah, meat, quote unquote. But granted, I think anybody.
We all know it's pig slime.
Meat substitute.
I don't know. A meat substitute is better than air. So,
yeah, like, to kind of go off the story you're talking about with the veteran thing, as someone who is considered a vet because of my dad and because of how tragically he had passed, I'm considered a veteran, which is weird, even though I never served. But I have plenty of family that did. And it's sad to say, but most of the time when you bring it, most of the time what your grandfather should have actually done is, we'll help him to the VA, to one of those VA stations so they can help him. But sadly enough, a lot of the vets that are on the streets by choice.
Yeah. And it's like there used to be like my mom used to not give to people because she was like, you have to essentially inspect a homeless person before you give them anything, because she would always try to look for a clue to these homeless people getting money. because I was raised being told that there was like 50% of all homeless people were faking it. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, well, they have like a phone under their pocket, or they're texting someone that they're like working on this scheme. And
you can
shit, whoops, my ring is still on.
Oh, you can actually genuinely tell a homeless person from a non-homeless person, to be honest, by clothing, and I hate saying that.
Yeah,
Because
I think
if like if their outside clothes are dirty, but like you catch a glimpse of a white sock, it's like, come on.
Well, I think the other thing is that even if they aren't homeless, if they're just out there, help them or do something to make them try and change their mind. You know?
Yeah, no, that's my thing. Either do something to try and change their mind, or in the case of like, even if they're not homeless, they may still be in a situation where they need that money.
Yeah. Well, like, because I know that, like, and like the idea that like, oh, look and see if they have a phone or something like that. There are so many people that I used to know that would do any means necessary to get communication because being alone sucked for them. Like I remember,
humans are social creatures. Being isolated doesn't work.
Exhibit A, quarantine.
I don't have a good code name for one of these people. But the best way I can describe it is I've known this one person for a very long time, and she had no form of communication. Her family was shit. It was shit-ass family.
I was going to say code names, give them something they like that is pretty generic. Because that's what JoJo Expert is and Pokemon Salesman was.
Codename Mom Friend. Because I can't remember what she is in the family system.
Wait, are you talking about Mom? Because I think we already brought Mom up a few times.
No, not Mom specifically. It's Mom's friend.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so she grew up with a shit home life where Mom passed away and shit like that. And she did not have a phone whatsoever. And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So the thing is that when I had the opportunity to get like an actual phone and shit like that, and I literally was like, hey, Dad, while you're around, can you drive me to my friend's house so I can give them this? Like, I've wiped it completely. He was like, how did you do that? And I went, I'm smarter than you. But I wiped it completely and I gave it to them because I wanted them to have something that wasn't like actively breaking down for them to communicate with. Yeah. And so it's like the thing is that anybody could do that for a homeless person. Anybody could go out and be like, oh shit, here's my old phone.
Like, I always give it a good rule of thumb, to be honest, is because I do give out to the homeless community a lot. If I don't have food on me that I can give them so they have something to eat, I give them $1 or $2 because you can then go and get at least something warm to drink from a gas station.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like
it's not enough money to get them drugs or anything. It's $1 for Christ's sakes.
Well, that's why a lot of people would say get food for them instead, is because they're like, oh, well, they'll just go use it on drugs. It's like, okay, then get them food, shithead. Like, do something for them. Don't just watch. Mm-hmm. And like the only thing that I kind of understand is like if you are actively in the car and you can't give them anything else, like toss them like some money. But if you're like, because there were people like I know there are people downtown where like on your way to insert park here, my favorite park, insert
my favorite park.
There was this one dude who he was literally fucking drumming on buckets during Pride. And he had a hat and he was making revenue from it. And
it's called busking, and people do it all the time in New York City.
And it's like it's fucking crazy because and like there are people that genuinely like help him out and stuff, and it's like you have to wonder if they are out here to try and make a revenue, and if they sleep there as well, because the thing is that there's a whole there's a whole homeless world that exists that we have
there's a whole society. Mm-hmm. There's a whole society there that unless you are part of it, you have no clue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all we can do unless we experience it ourselves is just to like think about it. So like that's what caused such a big uproar, is because there are people that have experienced like on TikTok and stuff, because TikTok is just a massive fucking social media platform. Usually used by the depressed and the gays, so they know a thing or two.
They know a thing or two.
They know a thing. We would know a thing or two, wouldn't we?
But like they'll have family or stuff that's been homeless, or they've had like a family member that was like a junkie and ended up homeless and is genuinely trying to change their life around, and you can't. With everything costing something, you can't make something from nothing.
I can use this from my own perspective, which is my brother, my oldest brother, who shall not be named, not because I care, but mainly because I don't care. I don't talk to him anymore. But he had some issues, let's put it that way. And because of that, he ran away from home and got himself into a lot of trouble. And because he was breaking into his own car to sleep, people thought he was homeless and it was somebody else's.
Yeah.
And because of that, he was arrested. And it's like, no. And I've heard this even from other people. Like, you can be homeless, but still have a job. You can be homeless, but still be going to school and things. It's priority. Like, if you have a car, most people just be like, we'll just live in our car then.
Yeah.
Big deal.
I think the big thing is that, like, there's so much prejudice. Like, I don't know if you've seen, like, because I don't want to call myself the shitty person that watches these things, but I watch them because it provides me some sort of, like, relief that someone out there is going and getting help from a stranger. But there are the videos out there that circulate of the people that, like, they give like a homeless person a haircut or like a shower. Like there was that I can't remember how fucking long ago it was, but there was a dude who had like the back of a truck that he had retrofitted out to be a shower, like a public shower for people.
You know, there was when I lived in Florida, which I no longer live there, so good luck finding me. There was downtown, there was this guy, it was a semi-truck driver. But when he wasn't driving and he wasn't working, he turned the trailer end of his truck into a shower unit for the homeless so they could come in and take showers.
Yeah. Also, sorry, real fast. You said that like someone has a map and is like meticulously scratching out Florida
I'm making a joke. As in, like, if somebody in in the future comes back and looks at the old things, good luck. I'm making jokes.
But so that was the big thing, because essentially what it's a two-parter. It's a fantastic two-parter. Where the first part is hey, don't fuck with the homeless, and part two is hey, please stop fucking with the kids.
Yeah.
The thing is that, and with why you guys call me the Pokemon salesman and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The dude that actually works at House of M, he has this. Me and him, he gave me that mindset of, well, why not just? Because I sold my entire Pokemon for backstory. I sold my entire Pokemon collection for $1,000 to this guy.
God,
it's why we started calling you the Pokemon salesman.
That's new. That's an update.
And he was really cool about it, and he couldn't give me the full 1,000. He was like, hey, I physically cannot give you this money. And I was like, okay, cool. And I used it for my own purposes because I lived in an apartment and I'm trying to get myself built up. The thing is that he was like, yeah, I can. I tossed this idea at him because he was like, yeah, I want to help. Like, I want this to be a place of comfort for people. He got like the entire place is free. When it comes to like games you could play, he's got like 6 arcade cabinets and he's got 3 separate TVs set up so you could play GameCube, PS1, shit like that. And he wants a bigger place so he can expand for people to like play D&D there or play card games. And I was like, well, hey, because I have played Magic the Gathering for a long ass time. They have sample decks on the like online game. I was like, hey, why don't you use all these other cards and turn them into like sample decks for kids? He's like, that's great. And I was like, and you know what, if you want, like, they can buy them from you after using them for so long. And like, granted, not like right now, because that would be a terrible sanitation issue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can't really unless you laminate, you can't really sanitize Pokemon cards.
Well, we like obviously like keep them sleeved.
Yeah.
Because the sleeving is the mint condition way to take care of your cards. Please always sleeve a card. You never know when if you want to sell it.
All of my Pokemon cards that are in a deck are sleeved, but the other ones are all in a binder.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they're not sleeved, put them in a binder because you will.
The only set that I have that isn't in a binder, and that's because this is my brother's, so these are old Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Like original series Pokemon cards, because my brother started collecting very, very young. And so, like, they're in what I would call a baseball card thing, baseball card sleeves.
Like one of the really long ones?
Yeah, one of the really long ones.
Okay.
Those could be really, really expensive. Like are they like the
as Monty, I'm telling him because I find it funny. Monty and I looked up when we were originally talking about you selling your Pokemon cards, hence where your code name came from. We looked up the most expensive Pokemon card.
Yeah, Illustrated Pikachu.
I actually have 2.
Oh shit! I thought, Monty, you lied to me.
Yes, I did, lady.
You son of a bitch! Oh my god, I don't even want to. I cannot even. I don't like thinking about that number.
Yeah.
That number causes me anxiety just alone. Like that's not even like that's kind of an exaggeration. That's kind of not an exaggeration.
I can't tell if Sid's having an aneurysm or if she's laughing her ass off because I lied to you about who had the Pokemon cards.
I'm not even making sound. That wasn't me. I think that was a Pokemon card salesman's girlfriend in the background.
You can call him Eli.
Someone just
I like Pokemon card salesmen.
But no, so the thing is that like you never know when you'll sell. You never know when you'll sell a collection. Like that was like the thing for me was like I sold it because I was like, ah, shit.
You need the money.
Well, A, I needed the money, and B, I don't have the money to continue this collection, and I don't know what's going to be worth shit or what's not. So I'm going to build up this collection, and next thing I know, I've got like 20 copies of a fucking $2 card.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
Got me there. But
I get that. I do. And like, to be honest, like my brothers were, because they organized how their cards are set up and everything. So like they actually, from what I remember, they've actually put the Illustrated Pikachu because at the time they didn't know. It just, to them it was just a trainer card. It didn't mean anything. So they put it in the baseball sleeves where they have an actual binder for for the ones that they thought were really cool and really out there, which is I have an original Japanese Oddish.
Yeah. Also,
that is
surprisingly enough,
in a sleeve, in a binder.
You know, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just now that because I had him explain a bunch of shit to me. Surprisingly enough, some of the foreign cards cost a lot. Some of them do not cost a damn thing.
Yeah, no, I know. Some of them don't cost a damn, but like because they were my brothers, I keep them how my brothers decided to keep them and separate them. Because,
yeah, and that
like they're not. They may have been given to me, but they're not mine. I didn't collect these.
You know, that's the other thing. That is completely up to you. Like, and that was the one thing that he told me too, was
the ones I collected, and I absolutely still love. I will never part with is during Black and White Pokemon when that came out for the card games and everything. They started doing the outer body for the legendary cards.
Yeah, which I really digged. I really fucked with those. Those were awesome.
I have a Reshiram and a Zekrom. I refuse to part with them.
And you know what? The other thing is that like. Even then, even if it's cool, it might not be worth a lot, and that's something that I found out. Like, here's the best example I can give is I came in there with really old, and I mean old retro fucking comics. That's what originally brought me to this to this place. Was I was wanting to sell my Magic cards, some comic books, and my Pokemon cards, and I went over to a place in the mall. Shout out to I'm not shouting you out, you fuck faces. They gave me like 50 cents for my Magic cards and didn't look at any of them. And when I told them I wanted to sell my comics, they're like, "Oh, we'll give you pennies for it." And I was like, "How about you suck my cock?" He was like, "Take it to House of M. this place that is also named off of a place and a place and a place. They actually sell online, so I don't exactly mind dropping.
The way we try to avoid name dropping places where we live is funny.
Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna name drop this. Just kidding.
No, well, also I fucked up on this. I'm glad no one went, oh wow, he's backpedaling hard.
Yeah.
No, they also. Well, the other thing is they sell online, so it's like, they
Still.
actually, yeah, my bad.
It's just kind of the point of the thing.
Yeah, that's 100% my bad, and I apologize.
I haven't heard
It's
anything.
fine.
If I haven't caught it, then whatever.
Oh, okay.
He'll edit it out for the archive if there's anything in there that shouldn't be said.
It's funny that you think I listen to the archives.
I mean, the upside to that place being named the place that it is that no one can find it because it's also the name of a Marvel thing. So,
Wow.
thumbs up.
Wow. Genius.
Anyways, back to the point.
Sorry. So, but I took them to him and he was like,
there's
yeah.
this collection place called Tales to Astonish. Anyway.
I took them there and he's like, yeah, I could give you like 20, 40 bucks for them. And I was like, shit, they told me I would get them for pennies. And they went, I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
I was like, yeah, they told me that I would get them for pennies. And I was like, I guess I got to bring my Pokemon cards to you. It was like, I absolutely want to see your Pokemon cards right now. And so there was actually, Monty, you were in the car. There was a time that we went there. Yeah, because I didn't have you guys come in because it was like right about to close.
Oh.
I dropped off a Shining Gyarados and a Charizard. And I got those for $200 each, which is what I was not expecting at all.
Cool.
Nice.
Because 10 years ago, I got that Charizard graded by a dude inside of a game swap. And he was like, $60. And I went, But
Let's see.
it's just stuff like that. And considering, like, I gave him the rest. I gave him all of my cards, pretty much.
Yeah.
He looked at me and he went, you and your partner look through and decide which ones you want to keep. So we kept a decent amount of the Japanese ones and some of the funny like Ditto ones, because one of our roommates has a sticker maker. So we just run it through the fucking sticker maker and put them in places.
See, the only cards I will ever not get rid of again are my brother's, because as much as they gave them to me and said I could do whatever I wanted with them, they're still their cards. In my head, weird psyche.
That was the cool part, was because he made it all about my consent over the cards because they were mine, instead of just being like, we'll take all of these, please. And it's like, fuck off.
I have a couple cards though that make me laugh really hard that I refuse to get rid of.
But so I mean, I'm not gonna dish on Pokemon collection. That is a huge industry, and that is a huge, massive thing. I will shit on when you buy 4 Happy Meals that are supposed to go to children behind you, probably.
Yep.
And now you are, or like, even if you like if you order a quarter pounder and then 4 Happy Meals, it's like, oh man, these burgers sure look like ass, and then throw them away. Like, my fat ass is eating those Happy Meals, dead ass, full on. But like, it's the factor that the Happy Meal is designed for children.
It's
also, like, I sent you a picture
of that box, that fucking pisses me off.
And
here's my thing.
It's double. Did you see real fast? Did you see the description on there?
Yeah, I did.
But this is for Monty. 150 packs were in that case.
What?
That is 100. So I sent here. I'll fucking recopy it and send it over.
It's. Let me look at it. It is a.
If you're sending it to my phone, I'm not using it.
It's a 25th anniversary McDonald's McDonald's Pokemon cards, 150 packs in a case that is sealed.
There we go.
So it's
and they're reselling it.
Like, it is the delivered to McDonald's box. And
my thing is here.
I'm angry.
Here's where
Montgomery has officially snapped.
I'm angry. What did you say? I have a fish intact.
Officially snapped.
I have officially snapped. This laptop is not. Anyway.
Jesus Christ, Monty. Anyways, but like, no, the reason, you want to know why this makes me angry is I get it. It's the 25th anniversary, so of course older gamers are gonna wanna
Please don't generalize.
are gonna want to collect. I'm not generalizing, but the older gamers are gonna kind of want to collect them and all that. I get that. I understand that. But a lot of the reason why people like my brothers were into Pokemon cards were because they got them in Happy Meals as kids.
Yeah, no,
So
that too.
What they're doing, especially with the new 25th anniversary and all of this, is by adults buying them and reselling them, you're not integrating new people into the community. And that's what these cards originally were, is let's get younger kids back into Pokemon so they can digest it. And then from a company standpoint of Nintendo,
You should
they
not
will then
digest
buy-
paper.
you will then buy the games and then the younger gentlemen will buy the games and everything, so they'll continue popularity wise.
You know, so I'm gonna. This is Eli ColdTheHunter opinion stamp of approval. Me alone.
Jesus Christ.
Here's what I will say: if you are buying Happy Meals, eating the meals, and taking the cards, great, good for you. If you are reselling them, eat shit.
If you
you are
eating
like
them, eat shit.
like.
If you're reselling Pokemon cards, there's a special place in hell for you.
Let
That's all I have to say.
me add a small asterisk addendum to the dude that I know, in that card shop that I know. Hats off to you, sir, because I know that the cards you will not keep for your personal collection, you will put for sale for children. I know that for a fact. I know the kind of person that he is. I know this is very oddly specific, but if you are going to use these cards in any way that isn't strictly for collection, if you are selling them to kids, I will give you a smooch right on the cheek, just a cheek smooch, because what you are doing is what the intended purpose of the cards were for. They are meant to bring joy, not bring $1,000.
Yeah, they're not. These cards are never meant to bring money. They're meant to be joyful and be fun for kids. Like, personally, if I go through my Pokemon cards, there's a lot of cards that I'd be like, yeah, no, sure, I should probably sell these. I don't really need them. I have the hiccups all of a sudden. I don't know why. That's fun.
You caught him from me.
I hate you.
I had the hiccups.
But like my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, mind you, I call them my Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I use them and I dueled with them and everything. But they were my brother's because my brother collected them when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, like original Joey starter set and all. And there are cards in there that I know are worth a lot of money because I looked it up because it's a banned card because I was wondering why the card was banned. And
I know which one this is.
one of my many banned cards. And I was shocked at how much it costs, and I was just like, cool, I'm never selling it because I actually use it. Not in legal duels, of course, because I can't legally use it in a tournament because it's banned. Dumb rules.
Yeah.
But it's like, but one of my favorite cards, which is Ra, the Emperor Dragon, one of the Egyptian god cards. Actually, no, that's like third Chaos Emperor Dragon. What is Ra?
God of the Sun.
Gotta remember.
Or is it just the
Ra
of the Sun?
It's the Emperor. It's one of the Egyptian god cards.
I was gonna say I'm just now getting into Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm gonna have no fucking earthly idea what you're talking
Get
about.
it so I can read it. In Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a big thing in the Winged Dragon of Ra is what it's called. There we go. There's a big thing in the original set of Yu-Gi-Oh, like before they introduced like basically in the original, like if you go by anime thing, original Yu-Gi-Oh before we got 5Ds and all the other protagonists that aren't Yu-Gi.
Yeah.
But before the things got really confusing, I'm still questioning how the hell you duel on motorcycles. 5Ds is stupid. Anyways. But the Egyptian god cards were always a big thing because they're the most powerful cards in the game.
Yeah.
But Ra itself, just getting his card is like $5. There's a lot of them. But if you want But if you want his card to play, good luck. Because in order to actually be able to use it in your deck, it has to have all of its effects and everything written on the card. And those are actually really hard to find, and I own one, and I'm real happy because it's in my deck and I use it.
But
regularly.
No, like I said, it's just an unfortunate just because it, like you said, it's meant to bring in kids to a massive series, and even though there's the small funny idea of like a Pokemon TGS competition where it's just like an 8-year-old and this fucking 40-year-old man who is sweating to death because this 8-year-old is about to wreck his shop. But like, I want to see that. I want to let the kids fucking play the Pokemons.
So fun.
Like,
okay, as someone who's actually witnessed that in the Pokemon tournament, it is so funny. It is so funny because I knew the kid playing, so the kid would come up to me and be like, "Can I do this?" And I would be like, "Yeah, no, you can do that, buddy. That works," because he was still trying to figure out the rules. And this 80-year-old, like this 40-year-old man's across from me going, "Why are you helping him?" And I'm like, "Because he's a kid." And it's fun watching your ass get handed to you by an 8-year-old.
I feel obligated to point out that your mom just typed in chat, "You cheat."
Oh, that is perfect. But like
your point.
So my main thing is that if you we already know that people are going to go out there, buy those big fucking $60 boxes and resell them. That is inevitable. But also, tell me one 7-year-old with $60 and I will give you fucking $60. Just because no 7-year-old has that. And I know parents these days will not buy that for their fucking kid. So let the kid who wants to get into Pokemon get their fucking Happy Meal, or I will find you and I will fight you.
Even when I was a kid, if I asked my mom, "Hey, this guy's selling unopened Pokemon packs for $60, would you get it for me?" She'd look at me and go, "What the hell are you on?" And then go, "We're going to the game store where I can buy you 2 packs for $5.
No, I was talking about like those big ass collection boxes. Like the big set boxes
the tins.
At Target. Like, that's hard. Tins. I know how hard that is. Because I remember when I started like picking Magic back up and I was like 14 and my dad was like, "I'm not buying you shit, get a job." I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna play with this minimal amount of cards that I have."
You do, like, that's what I did. Like when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I actually didn't buy any cards. I luckily had my brother's cards. So I just asked him, I'm like, "Hey, can I use these?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, go for it. I don't use them anymore." There are a couple cards in there that are pretty damaged, but there are also a couple of cards in there that you can tell an idiotic 10-year-old had fun with his friends.
Well, like the other thing is that like the amount of community that can build even between like say it's like a tween, like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old that's like, "Oh guys, I just got Pokemon." Let's say he's like at high school or some shit, and there's this big ass senior. It's like, What are you playing? That builds a friendship. There's so much cause and effect to what you fuckers are doing.
Yeah, like in the like card gaming community, there's so many things that like you wind up building great friends off of it. Like when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, even with my brother's deck, with the cards I had from my brother, I had warned my friends, I'm like, "Hey, I have banned cards in here. And so this may not be a fun game." And they said, no, it'll be fun. We'll have fun. They then later told me, "I had fun playing, but also your deck is a dick."
That's well, like that's how. So I got really into Magic, and then I fell out of it mainly because my dad was arrested. And
we're not gonna get into why.
That fucker.
And we're not gonna get into why.
We're not getting into that. No.
About. He's just in handcuffs.
Who's your dad?
Forever.
You have a dad?
Your dad's just dead.
What's a father?
Your dad's dead. Who's the dad? Is he dead?
You are the last person to talk about not having a dad. Fucking. Hey, your dad's at least in one place.
Yeah, it's called hell.
Shit, you are right. No, so my thing was that I fell out of Pokemon or Magic for the longest time.
No. Sorry, Eli, but I just realized out of all 3 of us, none of us have dads.
Hey.
Fuck. Welcome to the No Dad Squad.
the StarGazer's No Dad podcast.
No Dad podcast. God, I've been changing the
So
title
you have
this whole
to, Monty,
episode.
you have to name that. You have to name the episode this.
The Dad Podcast.
But so the thing is that when I was younger, my dad was arrested, and then I no longer had people to play with magic with. We'll keep it at that. I got into college, and my roommate, who was a fucking, he's gonna be named Gremlin. That's just period, end of story. He is Gremlin. Gremlin and his partner Princess, because that's pretty much the relationship. Because Princess could keep Gremlin in check. The Gremlin started playing Magic because he was just getting into it, and Princess was really into it. And so I was like, oh shit, I can get back into Magic and I'll have people to play with. And then my partner came around and I was like, hey, you should play Magic with me. And so we got into Magic, and I'm recently picking up Yu-Gi-Oh! For my partner and my roommate's partner, because I want to become better friends with him, and I want to become closer with my roommate and understand what fucking card game Yu-Gi-Oh! Was, because it was foreign to me. And so it's just like...
Played in a few years, so I think the rules have changed again slightly, but I don't...
You've triggered my trap card.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really simple.
You've triggered my trap card. Here's a spell. Here's a field effect card. Here's a spell card. Also, here's an effect monster that negates all of the shit you just pulled. Have fun.
Yeah, but so for me, it was like the amount of community that you can build through just small even small town interactions with card games. So I mean, and I know I kind of feel like I blew this way out of proportion, but at the same time, the sheer amount that one small thing can do to change even like a child's life, especially a child's life. Children are so impressionable. The one small thing that you could do to change a child's life is not steal their fucking toys, you monsters.
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yes, but I guess from my perspective, because back to the whole no dad squad thing. When I was younger, my dad was around. My dad is dead. There we go. We're just gonna get that out there.
Just gonna throw that out there. Make sure people can see.
Yeah. He's not a deadbeat or anything. He's just dead. There we go.
So
one of the things that, because my dad was my older brother's stepdad, how it got them to talk and communicate and actually be able to be less awkward was Pokemon for them, because my dad would buy cards and play with them and help them collect, and he had as much fun with it as they did. So it's also a way to help connect families. So the fact that you monsters are taking this away from children that could be using this as a way to get used to the new person in their house is like, fuck you. There's a special place in hell for you.
It's called the Boiler Room.
Clarification. I'm not. This is not me taking Sid. Sid's version of monster is different from my version of monster, or it's the same. I'm not speaking for Sid when I say this. The monster is if you are buying them to resell them for a massive profit.
Yes, that is what I mean by monsters.
Yes.
Cool. I would high five you right now.
Hold on, I'll do a sound effect.
There. Done.
I didn't hear anything.
I clapped.
I didn't hear Sid. Eli didn't hear either of us.
Cool.
I clapped.
Fucking damn it. But
there were two claps. Eli heard none of them.
And it's stuff like that, because I remember actually, now that I think about it, this is what 100% got me into Bakugan. Was I went to fucking McDonald's and I got
the little toys, yeah.
I specifically got Dragonoid. Is that his fucking name?
I don't remember. Mine was I don't remember the name of the toy, but I remember the color of the ball. Mine was red.
I think you got the. Wait a minute.
McDonald's.
Bakugan.
McDonald's Bakugan. Really doing this?
No, hang on. Apparently,
I got
it's
Red
Drago.
Helix Dragonoid.
I am now on Bakugan.com, which I didn't know was a thing.
Don't think any of us did.
What? There's a dog named Lightning.
Yeah, I had the Dragonoid ball. But that one Dragonoid ball that didn't fully open got me into Bakugan.
Didn't McDonald's also do a rip blades thing?
Beyblades.
Beyblades, yeah, didn't they also do that?
Rip blades?
I haven't touched them in so long, I forgot. My brain was just like, you pull the thing and they spin.
The most recent I'm seeing is probably for like a more recent like season or series of Beyblade. Because apparently there is a series of Blade Bay. Oh, shut the fuck up.
That's even worse.
Called Beyblade Burst, where they explode upon impact.
I've seen those. Those are funny.
Wait, oh god, that reminded me of, I don't remember where or when I saw this, but someone took their Beyblades and like covered them in like gasoline or something and then lit them on fire and then dumped them into the thing and then two of them were fighting on fire.
Okay, so you and I had the same Bakugan, Eli. It was because I just looked up red and it's a dragon. It's the Helix Dragon.
Yeah, it's Dragonoid.
We both had the Helix Dragon.
Name was Dragonoid.
In show name Dragonoid, but the thing from McDonald's was Helix Dragon. So. Dude,
if you want to know the fucking best Wii game you could ever buy, it was the Bakugan Wii game. It was only called Bakugan Battle Brawlers, not Defenders. There's Bakugan Defenders of the Core, not fucking that one. Bakugan
that one was boring,
Battle Brawlers, just absolutely slapped ass.
You know for a fact that's not the best Wii game. It's Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
It's Create, you son of a bitch.
No, the best Wii game is Wii Sports. The best Wii game is Wii Sports. Fuck both of you.
Wii Sports isn't even the best Wii Sports game. From my end, we just get chopped up laughter and then silence.
Yeah, one of these days you're going to hear me laugh and you're just going to hear... And I have officially gone down.
That's right. You have the what's it called?
It's syncope something.
Syncope. Laughter-induced syncope.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You also have your stupid cosmetic fungus. What'd you name him? Fungi?
Cosmo.
I'm
gonna send you a full playthrough of Create just to fuck with you.
Oh my god.
Going to hurt you.
Guys,
hang on.
Guys, stop. No more arguing.
I'm trying to explain what Create is for the people that have never heard of the game. Hang on, I gotta look this up. Create. It's some sort of puzzle game. I know I got it from a GameStop like a million years ago, but as far as I can tell, and as far as I'm concerned, you cannot beat the second level. So I gave it to Eli, and apparently he's going to try and figure it out.
I want to play this game now just to beat the second level and prove you wrong.
Well, I was 8, so... What was that, 12 fucking years ago?
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead, prove an 8-year-old wrong, travel back in time and punch him in the fucking gut or something, I don't know.
And steal his Happy Meal and Pokemon cards while you're at it.
That was probably the last time they were selling them anyway. What an exciting podcast this has been.
I don't want to go back to being 9, so let's not.
Yeah, I don't either. What was I doing when I was 9? I don't even know.
No.
Also, I was right.
It was not a fun year.
The Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls any percent speedrun was a Demon Hunter. I double-checked just for the fuck.
Okay, I didn't look at the character, I just looked at the time.
Jesus Christ, I'm looking at some of these, like, timestamps. Act 1 gets done in 30 minutes. 2 in not even an hour. 3 and 4 are done within 20 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
Some closer than others, so it's not as much running around the map and all that.
Yeah, if you didn't have to walk, you could beat Diablo in probably like 30 minutes.
The fact that he's not vaulting everywhere is surprising.
He's not?
Let me double check, because his dex is... Oh, wait. No, his dex is recharging like hell. It's bad. He is vaulting everywhere. Okay.
Say, if he's not vaulting everywhere, what the hell? What?
Well,
That
no,
does not
actually,
make sense.
under Diablo controls, I could probably explain this. Actually, let me double check their abilities real fast because there's a specific add-on to the vault ability that allows.
Oh yeah,
you
doesn't one
to-
class let you? The one class has the ability to help you with the teleport. Like.
Sorry, I wanted to get off of slamming adult for ruining childhoods.
Yes.
We also actually. Also, it is 2:25. We need to end the podcast.
We don't need to end it. We can go as long as we need to.
Well, okay.
Let's talk about stealing Pokemon cards from children.
Okay.
No, I have shit to do today, so the podcast needs to end for me.
You can leave. Eli's still here.
If I may, you know what? Hold on. I want to real fast tell you what the two things are that are required for vaulting infinitely, and then I will peace out. You need preparation, which instantly restores 30 discipline. Any of the add-ons will do, mainly because, or I think the best one is probably invigoration because it permanently increases your discipline by 20, so it gives you more power. But Vault, if you can get to level 38 and get the acrobatics add-on, it removes, or actually no, not that one. Is it Tumble? It's Tumble. After it's level 33, after using Vault, your next Vault within 6 seconds has its discipline cost reduced by 50%. So, and preparation is an ability that instantly restores most of your discipline. So you can just tumble for fucking ever.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I
think we call that an ender.
Yeah, that's definitely an ender considering Diablo is such a fun game. It makes me want to play again, but I have college.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
Meh.
Yeah, everyone who's here now, thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Eli, for your insights on stealing Pokemon cards from children, and I think the homeless. That was part of the discussion, wasn't it? Yeah.
We didn't even make it through our list of shit to talk about today.
We'll move it to next week.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be worried.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll move it to next week. I can't.
We'll move it to. We go on tangents a lot. It's fine.
Yeah, but thanks everyone for coming.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm watching Genji put on a jacket.
Bye.